Red Dead Redemption 2, a 7-year-old game in the big 2025. A game that is actually still very popular, with an average on weekends with 40,000 players at the same time. Why is Red Dead Redemption 2 still so popular after 7 years? A 7-year-old game, why is it still so popular? You know, maybe you're watching this video because you quit the game, or you want to start playing it. Maybe you saw it spread around the internet, which it's gained a lot of popularity this year. Maybe you heard it from a friend, or maybe you just want to play this game because it looks awesome. In this video, we're going to be going over on if you should play and why you should play this game 7 years later in the big 2025. Let's go. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a game that released in 2018, October 26th. It sold 725 million copies in the first 3 days of its release. And there's a reason why. The reason why is Red Dead 1. Red Dead 1 released, and it was a very popular game and one of Rockstar's best games. And years later, they came out with the second one, a prequel. And when they opened that prequel, called Red Dead 2, they saw a beautiful, amazing game with an active, beautiful world and a beautiful, amazing story. The game is 7 years old. Is it still worth it in 2025? Well, let's see. The world and details of Red Dead Redemption 2 is something almost no other game has done. NPCs walking, all of the NPCs, they're doing a different thing. Some of them are cleaning, some of them are talking to each other, and some of them are just smoking a cigarette. The details in this game are just very insane. I'm gonna walk into the shop, and the cans aren't just cans. I see the text on the cans. Live crickets. The barrels and cabinets, I see the wood on them. And I don't even have my graphics on ultra. These are, I think, medium to high graphics, I think. And I walk back out of this building, and I see wagons rolling, still NPCs just chilling. And a really cool thing about this game is you can have conversations with the most random NPCs. Like, I'm gonna just say hi to this dude. Look at this.
Morning to you.
Hi, fellas. So y'all okay?
Huh. Howdy.
You have a fine time.
See you around.
I'm glad they're respectful because sometimes the NPCs in this game don't, they don't behave. They don't behave. And anyways, some NPCs, they're doing activities. These NPCs right here, they're gambling. They're just playing some poker, right? And, a lot of the buildings in this game are enterable. And before I say this, yes, I know GTA 5 is older than Red Dead 2, but I'm just going to use it as an example. GTA 5, a lot of the buildings in that game aren't enterable. Only like shops, houses, and big important buildings are enterable. In this game, a lot, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot, of the buildings are enterable. You can just find the most random cabin out in the wilderness and you can enter it. And sometimes you can rob the house, sometimes you can have a conversation with the house, or with the house, what? With the person in the house, right here, the sheriff building. I'm gonna go in there, and I'm gonna see a person in jail, and I'm gonna see the deputy reading a newspaper.
You're doing a fine job, sir.
Yep, just had a conversation with the deputy. You can have conversations with literally any NPC, unless the NPC is dead. Other than that, yeah, you can have a conversation with any of the NPCs. Sometimes the NPCs will be nice to you, like that dude, and hopefully this dude. Yep, and that dude. And some of the NPCs will be rude, because the dudes hanging out on this porta potty are always rude. It didn't handle that well. Sometimes you can just straight up punch the NPCs, which I low-key like to do. Dude, isn't this guy a bit too old to be fighting? What is bro doing? Like, he has gray hair. Alright, well, now that that's done. Okay, and I just got a witness because yeah, that was unarmed assault. They didn't throw the first punch. I did. I'm guilty of it. I'll admit it. Red Dead Redemption 2 probably has the most beautiful and amazing scenery and map in gaming. You could say Ghost of Tsushima is a close second, and I would agree, but the scenery in this game is just unmatched. It could be the rolling hills of New Hanover, the beautiful cold, snowy mountains of Armbarino, or the big, active city life in Saint Denis. It could be the green, muddy, lush swamps of Lemoyne, and so many beautiful other parts of the map you can explore for yourselves. The graphics and just scenery in this game, I just have to say, is unmatched in gaming. You know, the sunrise in the morning, the sunset, and the campfires of random NPCs, country life with mountains and hills, or city life with beautiful lights and buildings. Just what I'm trying to say is the map to this game is not only active and exciting, but very beautiful. Now, why is the map active and exciting? I mean, we went over the world in details, but why is it active and so exciting? Well, there's such thing called random encounters and activities, but first we're going to go over random encounters. Random encounters are probably what makes Red Dead Redemption 2's world feel so alive and unpredictable. For example, there's just some random guy out here camping. He does not like me being in his property. There are so many random encounters in this game, to people getting booted off to prison, to you getting attacked by wolves, to random NPCs getting attacked by enemy gangs, and you have to save them. There are so many random encounters. Another example is, getting into a duel like I'm doing right now, but, this was me just invading someone's property. There are other duels available, and there's just so many random encounters around the map. You will come across so much in this game, and they are so fun to do. And, you're just exploring across the map, and then you see, oh, yeah, someone right here. Someone getting, booted off to prison. It's just insane and so random. I can either just let him go and go to jail, or I can either save him. I'm gonna decide to save him. So I'm gonna pull out my gun and, just save him. And then again, I'll say it again, there are so many other random encounters around this world. I've heard so many people say that this world is empty and boring, but I swear they have just gotten into like 30 minutes of chapter 2 and just decided that the world was dumb and empty. Play for 3 hours and you will notice how active and exciting this world is. And guys, sorry about my terrible, disgusting aim here. But yeah, so if you think this world is, a little bit empty, no, it's not. Play for a little bit more and you will see a bunch of awesome stuff scattered around the world. Trust me. The activities in this game are another big part of this game. There are small activities and big activities. So one of the small activities is gambling. I'm just gonna sit down here and gamble my money away in a game of poker. I'm really good at poker, by the way. And the amount of activities in this game are insane. There's shop robberies, there's secret operations you can get from, people you saved. There's, stagecoach and wagon robberies. There's shop robberies, house robberies, and those are only some of, those are the more of the bigger activities. There's smaller activities like gambling right here as I'm showing you. This is more of a random encounter, but like someone will challenge you to like, who can shoot 4 birds out of the sky first? That's another one. And those are in free roam. If we're talking story, which we will get into later, then there is so many heists and activities you can do in the story. And it's just insane. This game is filled with stuff to do and so much activities. I mean, I finished the story 100 hours ago, and I have 100 more hours on this game. Another example of good activity is, the 5-finger fillet In my opinion, this is one of the harder activities. You have to move your thumb really fast for this one. But, you know, you can actually do this activity by yourself, which I'm doing it by myself right now, or with another NPC. And, you know, when you beat the NPC in this game, they get mad. Like, I've seen NPCs rage because I beat them in this game. It gets competitive. And yeah, that's just what makes the world feel so active, right? Or another thing that makes the world feel so active. The NPC is just, you know, really acting like the actual people, you know. And yeah, and another activity that I really like to do is hunting. So this is hunting. You know, hunting without context might seem a bit pointless, but once you get into know what legendary animals are, you will get a lot of context on hunting, and you're just gonna have to find that out yourself for hunting. Let me see if I can get this deer. Hold up. And come on, got it. Nice. All right. Anyways, yeah. So hunting is really fun in this game. A lot of people find it slow, but that's because you scroll too much on TikTok. You know, if you have a healthy attention span, hunting is very, very fun, especially with context and knowing what you can do with the animal pelts and the animals you kill. And those are 3 examples of the activities in this game. Poker, 5-finger fillet, and hunting. There are much more activities in this game. Those were some smaller activities, hunting being a bit of a bigger one, but yeah, there's so much more activities in this game that you will be very happy to find out yourself when or if you hop on this game. The story to this game is probably the best story in gaming. The plot is not just a classic Western. You know, Red Dead Redemption 2 is a Western Wild West game. And it's not just a classic Western, you know. Someone got their father killed, they want to get revenge, and the movie or video game ends in a duel. Yay, everyone's happy, revenge was successful. End of the story. No, it is not like a classic repetitive Western. The plot is very amazing and not repetitive or recognizable when it comes to Westerns. It is a very, very emotional and touching story, and don't worry, I'm not going to give any spoilers. You don't have to worry about that. And I think, and many others think, it is the best story game out there. It really does hit you. The acting was really good. You know, they didn't even do just voice acting. They did motion capture and all that. So the voice acting and acting was really, really good. And it was just an amazing, phenomenal story that Rockstar outdid themselves on. If you're going to hop on this game, go on the story. If something involving online pops up, ignore that and go play the story. It is beautiful, amazing, and in me and a lot of others' opinions, it is the greatest story game out there. So, after the whole video, after going over the world and details and how beautiful the map is, the random encounters, the activities, the story, and how amazing and beautiful the story is, should you play this game? Red Dead Redemption 2 after 7 years in the big 2025. Should you? The answer is yes. Yes, you should. It has 40,000 players on average for a reason. It's all over the internet again for a reason. And I'm playing it in the big 2025 for a reason. Please save up some money, get $60, hop on the story of this game, take it slow, soak everything in. It is a beautiful, amazing game. If you have anything you want to say in the comments, questions, you know, feedback, please let me know down in the comments, like this video, and subscribe.